And please welcome Reverend Jennifer for our service and our meditation.
Rev.
Thank you. Thank you, Kay, for including that gratitude. I love gratitude and appreciation for those who I work with and who are part of my life experience, because I know that what I do is just a small part, and I can't do what I do without the help of others. And everyone should be recognized for being in their life experience. Sometimes getting out of bed. You all are here this morning. Thank you so much. We appreciate that with great gratitude. And the cow is not here this morning. I had some hiccups this morning leaving the house, and you know those experiences you have once in a while? It takes like 4 trips to get down the driveway? Yeah. Oh, I remembered this. I remembered that. Oh, I remembered this. So we were talking about peace, and I think one of the things for peace in our own lives is knowing that we have what we need to be comfortable, to feel safe, to feel secure, to be nourished. And part of that is prosperity. And Charles Fillmore wrote his book on prosperity. And I know when I started on learning on these teachings, when I heard the word prosperity, what it meant to me is, how much money do I have in the bank? And many times that it was not enough. It was not enough. But, however, prosperity is happiness, health, and wealth. So if you're thinking about that definition of prosperity, how many of you believe you have prosperity in your lives? Well, great. We can move on to the meditation. What's that? Always. There's always being open to more. That's right. Charles Fillmore's definition of prosperity from his book, Prosperity. Prosperity is the realization of God as the unfailing, everywhere present resource of supply. It is not merely money or possessions, but the consciousness of God as the abundant source of every need. Prosperity is spiritual. Prosperity is that sense that comes to us when we feel a sense of lack. I was having a conversation early this week with a friend, and we were talking about what God is in our lives. And Kay brought up the point also in what she was talking about, awareness and seeing it. And that's one of the things that, as we're on our spiritual path, I am trying to move to a space where being in my Christ consciousness is my default, not the second or third step of my actions, of my experiences. And when I thought about prosperity, and we look at the world around us, and there are too many unhoused. And when you say there's a blessing in that, where is the blessing in that? When we feel we have the sense of not enough, and we reach into what our truth and our knowing is this higher power, this God, this divine presence is behind everything in our life experience. However, we lost our home because we didn't have enough. We weren't able to get a job because we couldn't have clean clothes to go for the interview. Where is the God in that? But that divine presence, that goodness, when we are looking out into our communities and we see that around us, the blessing for me is the reminder that we are all good. And that's an opportunity for me to give thanks and blessings and to contribute to that. It's an opportunity for me to give in whatever way I feel comfortable giving. It's a reminder to me personally that there were for many, 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 many years, I was at that point, if I missed 2 or 3 paydays, I was going to be on a street corner too. And I didn't know how I would survive that. Or what would I do with my dog? I would have to give up my dog. Thank goodness I didn't have children. How do you take care of your children? Finding those avenues, what a blessing all those organizations are that are available to us to help those people out. Because they didn't do anything wrong. They're not on the street because they did something wrong. What a blessing. God is in this to remind us. And one of the things that I remember also is that when things look their worst, it's because the light is coming brighter. So when things are in seeming chaos, change is coming. This last couple of weeks, I've had a whole week full of just running from this to that, the other thing. And like I said, it took me 4 trips to the car to get down the driveway this morning. But I know that when things settle and smooth out, it's going to be on a higher level. And these are my opportunity, my times to say things are good all the time. And I know that better things are coming. And I hold that truth in my heart. That divine goodness, that higher power, that energy that is boundless and always surrounding us, supporting us, is there. And during these times of uncertainty right now is the best time to hold on to that, to continue to practice knowing that wonderful, divine power is with us, and knowing that that will soon be our default. We will be coming from that place of love. We will be coming from that place of trust. We will be coming from that place of goodness all the time. Our awareness is going to be focused on that goodness and the love with every action and every word we speak. And the words that we hear will not be tainted with distrust. It won't be tainted with, distrust is the best word for me. Looking for suspicion, right? We see too much, and then we take that in instead of the love. God has already provided. The universe is abundant by design. Scarcity is not God's will. It is a false belief of separation and limitation. Prosperity is already ours. Our task is to awaken to it. Charles goes on to write, the role of thought. Thoughts of lack produce lack. Faith-filled, grateful, and generous thoughts open channels of supply. Visualization and affirmation draw abundance into expression. So these things we see as visualizations of seeming lack remind us, one, remind me of my blessings. I can tell you I did not know when I first came through the doors of the Mastery and Life Center, a New Thought community in Las Cruces before it became CSL. And I learned about prosperity, and I heard about prosperity. I didn't learn. I heard about prosperity. As you give, so you receive. And so I did the practice, but I didn't hold that truth. You know, you go through the motions, and so nothing ever showed up in my life, but I didn't change my mind. I didn't change my heart. And over time, and I can't say when it happened, but the experience that my husband and I have now with prosperity is vastly different than anything either one of us would have experienced, would have thought. And we give, and we receive, and we continue to do that. And are reminded every day of the blessings in our life and how we can help others. And we look for every opportunity to do that. Because it comes from our heart, it comes from love. It's not a sense of obligation. It's the people that we are. And we are all one. We are all God. We are all love. And prosperity is happiness, health, and wealth. Remembering those thoughts and looking at our community with different eyes as you go through your daily experience, looking in different eyes, looking where the blessings are, looking where you can make a small difference, and knowing that as you give that, you receive. We prosper by recognizing, affirming, and acting upon divine ideas. When we see God as our source, we discover that prosperity is our birthright, and it is already here. So we don't need to be the right size, be the right age, look the right way, do this thing, follow these steps. We are all divine children of a higher power. And we all have that love and inspiration within ourselves. And the gifts are awaiting us right here, right now. And they're everywhere we look at. When we open our eyes and recognize our divine inheritance. Thank you. As we get ready for our meditation, take a moment, settle in, allow your body to relax. Your feet are on the floor. You're fully supported by the chair and the energy in the room. Taking a deep breath in and exhale. Another breath in and exhale. As you breathe, bring your awareness to the truth. God is the unfailing, everywhere present resource of supply. This presence surrounds you, fills you, and flows through you. There is no place where God's abundance is not. Notice if there are any thoughts of lack, fear, or not enough. Simply see them and gently let them go. Like the leaves on the trees during fall, they fall away. Set them down like heavy bags you no longer need to carry. With each exhale, you release every belief in limitation. Bring your attention to the heart center. Feel that radiant light glowing there. The light of God's substance. Silently affirm, God has already provided all that I need. I live in divine abundance now. Prosperity flows freely in my life. Bring to mind one or two blessings you are grateful for today and hold them in your heart. Feel how gratitude expands the sense of plenty, opening the way for even greater good. Rest down for a few moments in quiet stillness, aware of God's inexhaustible supply. You are safe. You are supported. You are prosperous. God's abundance is your birthright, and it is here now. Take another deep breath in and exhale. Bring your awareness back into this space. The noise from the street come back into your consciousness. The air in the room, light on your skin. Take another breath in. Exhale. Smile. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Special music, Doug Adamz.
For the beauty of the earth, for the glory of the sky, for the love which from our birth over and around us lies. All to thee we raise this our hymn of joyful praise. For the wonder of the hour, of the day and of the night, hill and valley, tree and flower, sun and moon and stars alight, all to thee we raise this our hymn of joyful praise. For the joy of I and I, for the heart and mind's delight, for the mystic harmony, linking sense to sound and sight, all in all to thee we raise this our hymn of joyful praise. For the joy of human love, brother, sister, partner, child, friends on earth and friends above, for all gentle thoughts and mild, all in joy.